Fun fact, I don't remember if it was Thailand or if it was Hong Kong when I was like a kid, when I went on vacation at one point. And at some point, there was one point where I was left alone a little bit with... The kids were left alone with our grandfather, and we were, whatchamacallit, we were at a time where we were like, we're thirsty / hungry or whatever it is for kids. And
Hungry,
my
thirsty,
grandpa was
yeah.
like, all right, I got you. And so but he forgot that the water in that country isn't quite to the same standard as what we're used to. So
Oh, no.
that's the story of how we got sick overseas by drinking Milo.
Hey, it wasn't the Milo, okay? It's not the Milo's
It
fault.
wasn't actually the Milo's fault. Yeah.
If anything, the Milo saved you. The Milo is the reason why you're alive today, okay?
Yeah, exactly. The Milo gave us some. Yeah, exactly. That's actually a testament to Milo. You're welcome, Nestle. That's all free. That's what you should do for your new ad. Hey, you got dirty water? Milo.
Put some Milo in it. It won't kill you.
Yeah, it won't. It won't purify it. But you know, you'll live. Anyway, speaking of won't kill you, no, that's the opposite of what I should be saying. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner of inside and out, we have a red Zerg player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. I do believe still, arguably still the best player from Hong Kong. Hasn't been able to be as active as Beastork, of course, but he is as well going to be representing the Juggernauts. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Polish Protoss player himself. He is pink, representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer. Rocking that Carbot Marine.
Oh, yeah. By the way, it's the last day to order the Carbot Marine, so...
Ooh.
If you haven't gotten that, get on it.
Did you get yours?
Why would I get that if I don't have the Ling and the Zealot to keep it company?
Okay.
That was my logic.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
You can't just get one.
You know, it's true. You can't just get one. The Carbot plushie is still available for a day, maybe. So make sure you get your orders in while you can. Meanwhile, something that I really wanted to quickly mention...
Okay, maybe I'll get it.
Something that I want to mention is that GogojOey, we haven't been able to see him too much in Sparkling Tuna Cup, but we have been able to cast him in some qualifiers. And I know you weren't always available for them. I think I casted them with Kuro and maybe Asher. I know with Asher with one of them. GogojOey beat Nice in both the Home Story Cup and the TSL qualifiers for Time 1 Hong Kong.
I remember that now, yeah.
In both qualifiers, GogojOey was able to take them down, and he went on these wild runs, these insane runs in those qualifiers where he came so close. Afterwards, he even tweeted about it, about how he has to overcome his nerves when it comes to these qualifying matches. Because he's been doing an insane job in those qualifiers, just barely coming short.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in both of them, he actually won the upper bracket finals.
Yeah.
But then when it came time to play in the grand finals, I guess his nerves did get a little bit of the best of him there, and yeah, he fell short a little bit.
I remember vividly in the TSL qualifiers, he ended up choking a little bit against Rex in the ZvZ in that qualifying match, and it was like like he came so close. But what I mean by that is that the fact that he's been able to take series off of Nice, you know, if you can do that, you can take series off of almost any other Protoss player out there, Krystianer included. So this may be a little bit lopsided when it comes to the how kind of known these names and these players are, but GogojOey, he can definitely take it to a player like Krystianer.
Yeah, he has it in him. Let's see if he brings it out of him today.
Oh, exactly. We'll see if he can pull it off. So far, pretty standard openers, but GogojOey behind this is going for an Evo Chamber, looking, I imagine, to go into +1 melee. This can work wonders, especially against that hero style of Stalkers, and it looks like that's what Krystianer is going to be going for.
Yeah, that's most likely going to be Blink Stalkers coming out from our pink Protoss Polish player, but yeah, you never know whether you'll never know. He may just decide to switch gears and go for Glaive Depths, much like Night Phoenix did.
Oh, and there it is. I was about to say, there is no forge. Typically, the sign of Blink Stalkers is a forge as well for +1 melee. Sorry, +1 attack. But instead, there is none. The Overlord is going to dip in, but this so far still looks like it could be Blink. So far, he hasn't been able to piece together that it is going to be Glaive Adepts.
Yeah, Roach Warren, sorry, is on the way. Still gonna be committed to that +1 melee. He knows that if the game continues, that it's probably gonna be Stalkers, so he probably wants to get Lings at some point. You just need to see Roaches at the moment to survive the onslaught of Adepts.
Yeah, and the Adepts have been revealed at the natural base. Adepts are already coming across the map. So far, it looks like GogojOey hasn't been able to piece it together yet, but with the death of this Overlord and without seeing any kind of forge, he knows that something is wrong, and we already have a spine on the way at the third.
Yeah, GogojOey playing this out very, very defensively. Ideally for Krystianer, he would, catch a little bit of a glimpse of that and focus a lot more on teching up or something. But there's still a chance for him to get a lot of damage, so
yeah, I mean,
as well go for it.
he's got a lot of Adepts. He isn't all in like what Night Phoenix was when we saw the Robo follow up as well. The Adepts, they reveal themselves once again. These things, a lot of them are gonna get shaved off. Krystianer is immediately transitioning into Blink and into that Forge.
Yeah, not missing a beat. He knows that he has to time this out. He needs to time this out well, otherwise he's just gonna get heart countered eventually.
Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the wall was a wall, but it gets knocked down here by the Adepts. Roaches are on the way, but they're still in production, which means drones are going to get picked up.
Drones, maybe a queen or 2 or 3.
Yeah,
no queens yet, but a lot of drones.
A lot, mate. Too many drones. 16 workers have already gone down. This has already paid for itself, and the Adepts are not done.
Oh, yeah. This is even more effective than a mine drop.
Yeah, 30. Oh my god, 30 workers are going down. We had Adepts even at the third base location as well. Finally, everything is going to be cleaned up, but this should force GogojOey all in. Redroning from here is not going to be possible.
Yeah, not at all. He may as well pull the boys.
Oh no, it started again. Here we go. Roaches are on the way across the map. Unfortunately, there is a Void Ray coming out. Krystianer knows that he just has to survive the counterattack, and he should be fine. But that counterattack is coming, and surviving is easier said than done.
Yeah, especially when you're in the middle of the map with Stalkers like this. Blinks are able to catch back up, and they do shave off a couple of Stalkers, but Blink has come off cooldown. Krystianer going to retreat back to the safety of the shield batteries.
Yeah, exactly. All the Lings are being cleaned up. The Void Ray comes out. The Road Ravager gets surrounded. GG gets called, and Krystianer takes the first game.
Very, very effective timing, and yeah, control as well on those Adepts. I mean, I don't think there was a single moment where GogojOey was really able to catch the shades with either his Lings or his Roaches.
Exactly, and GogojOey, he was blindly hoping for that hero style. That's why he went for +1 melee. But again, that never came into play because of the Adepts. He really didn't want to make Roaches. He had a safety Roach Warren, don't get me wrong, but like it's something that you don't really want to invest in unless you know for certain that it's Glaive Adepts. And he figured it out a little bit too late because that was an insane amount of drone damage.
It really... That's a nightmare scenario for any Zerg player. I don't even play Zerg, and I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night tonight and be like, my drones!
Glaive Adepts! It's terrifying, mate. It's terrifying. Oh, God. And we'll see if things can go a little bit better for GogojOey here in our second game, as we are going to be getting ready for that. Oh boy, as we are going to be remaking with with WCS.
Yep. Yes. Either that or Observer plus.
Yes.
We're not too picky. I mean, Game Heart is nice. It's good. I like it. I'm used to Game Heart the most, but if you want to throw in Observer Plus or Observer Plus or Observer Plus, whichever you choose.
Yeah,
it's all useful to us as observers.
Observer Plus always catches me off guard whenever a player just makes it, just because I'm like, oh, I can see their POV. I can I can see their cameras. It's crazy. I forgot we could do that.
Yeah. Every now and then we go back to WCS and I'm like, okay, that thing about seeing player POVs, that wasn't real. That was a hallucination. It was a glitch.
Yeah,
right?
it was a bug. It was one of many bugs. You know, it's fine.
You're not supposed to be able to see that, you know.
Oh boy. But
yeah, eating too much rye.
It's all coming back around. We are now getting ready for our second game of the series. Hopefully not our last. I would at least hope that we get to go all the way to the ace match here, but we shall see how things go. Again, Krystianer, he's really making a name for himself in our tournament series. It's he hasn't really been as active kind of in the early weeks and the early months, but recently he's been showing up.
Yeah, he's kind of filling that power vacuum left by the likes of Chance, Bjorn, Art, Keen. I think those are the main 4. Nightmare. Those are the main 5.
Yeah. Exactly. There must always be at least one Polish Protoss. Geralt is another one. You know, Geralt. Yeah, he used to be a lot more active, you know, in the earlier iterations of Sparkling Tuna Cup as well.
He used to be Bjorn's rival back in the day. But regardless, we are of course going to be continuing our best of 3 semifinals here on Cosmic Sapphire. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We, of course, have our red Zerg player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He is, of course, going to be representing the Juggernauts, his fallen compadres in B-Stork, as well as Mio Micah. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Polish Protoss player himself representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Steel Mold, one of the Ducklings who has been on top of making a couple of clips throughout the broadcast.
Yeah, exclamation mark Backsteam Map to thank Steel Mold in the chat here.
God, I woke up this morning and I couldn't believe that he was still making like memes about it. Like,
he was
like more meme templates.
They're actually getting worse.
They were never good. What are you talking about?
Which is why it's so whatchamacallit. Yeah. Which is why it's so impressive that you know there's a point that's even lower than what they were. We found it.
It's the point of Steel Mold. That's what that is. That's
It is what he lives for now.
It is. I mean, I think I've said this before. You know, like whatever brings Steel Mold joy. There's not much in life.
They are very fleeting, yes.
Yeah, you know, you gotta give him what you can, you know.
Yeah.
Makes him happy.
The day he gets tired of Backsteam Nap is the day we all get worried. It's the day we all scramble to be like, no, but you know, there's still a lot more to enjoy.
Yeah, you know, you can make a song about Data C again. You can do it. You can. Oh god.
He's like, look, I've lived my life, and I know that if you ain't Backsteam napping, you ain't napping Backsteam.
What does that even mean? Oh god. I'm sure there are a bunch of people that are like, what the hell are these people talking about? If you want to know what we're talking about, join our Discord, but I recommend
Discord in the chat.
Yeah, I recommend you don't know what we're talking about. I think that's better for your life.
Yes. There's a pinned tweet in the general channel of our Discord server. Don't look at it.
Yeah.
So you will waste your life.
You will waste you will waste your life. Don't do it. Trust us.
It's like smoking cuts your lifespan. This does even more.
Yeah, it does.
But it will feel longer.
Oh my god. Speaking of feeling longer, here we go. 2 laps do make it here across the map. 2 drones, 3 drones. Can we get 4? Can we get 5?
We almost got 5. Oh, we got 5! Can we get 6? Maybe with the Oracle. that's making its way across the map right now.
Maybe 5 drones already going down for 2 adepts. Great value here already by Krystianer. GogojOey slipping up a little bit, being a little bit out of position. His Zings are rushing across the map to try and cancel a third base that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Not really sure what GogojOey is gonna be salvaging from that scenario. May potentially able to kill the Oracle. That'd be something.
Yeah, like GogojOey is being punished a little bit. He's cutting corners, and I don't blame him because he already lost a bunch of workers. There are no spores, 0 spores here. He's relying only on queens, and so far the Oracle only gets 2 drones, and he is confirming no third base. Krystianer, he's 2 basing this.
Yeah, once again we see a Roach being thrown down to defend, but
Ooh.
Well, no, actually the Twilight Council just isn't done yet. Yeah, I was gonna say we don't see Glaive being researched, so yeah, it just wasn't done yet. That's why we don't see anything researched.
Oh, and it's not gonna be Glaive. As soon as the Overlord goes down, this should be Charge, I imagine. Charge Archon as a 2 base all in. GogojOey, I liked his adaptation. Originally, there was an Evo chamber here. He canceled the Evo chamber and started a Roach Warren when he recognized how committed his opponent was going to be. But there is still a third base. Late, but it's still there.
Yeah, Krystianer is going to be all in with this. And with Roaches, you can definitely defend against Charged Archon. But you need to make sure you have everything, you know, in position to do that.
Yeah, and it looks like Krystianer has changed his mind again. Like, he's just doing such a great job at adapting to what GogojOey is doing. Even though the Twilight Council has been done for quite some time, he didn't research a single thing on it. It isn't going to be Charge. He thought about it, but now he's waiting for Forge. I think he just wants to go straight into Blink Stalkers again. Or for the, oh no, never mind.
There's Charge, yeah. Oh. It's a bit of an awkward way of going about this. He is prioritizing an Archon drop first, which... Okay, you don't see that too often in PvZ, at least not with High Templar.
And there's not much here to defend. Yaku, there weren't any Lings that were cleaned up earlier. The Archons are doing an insane amount of damage on top of what was dealt earlier. Queens are even going to be going down here, just barely surviving off of the Transfuse. I'm afraid to look how many drones have gone down this game.
So you see 7 being taken out over there. 10 more than that.
Oh. That's that's a lot of drones. 17 drones going down, and Krystianer's not done.
Yeah, that's gonna be 18. Taking out Larva is always valuable here. No matter what, I mean, GogojOey for a second, he thought he was safe. He saw nothing was coming his way. He used that time to drone up, but yeah, that was not the right call to make, as all those drones he made immediately evaporated.
Yeah, they died, mate, and Krystianer's working on a follow-up push instead. Charge on the way. The gateway explosion is upon us. He's going to be pushing out with those charge lots. And GogojOey, is he going to be able to muster a defense? Like, as you were saying, he's lost a lot of workers. His drone count is looking okay right now, but that's because he's just been rebuilding everything. And oh, yeah, God, Krystianer holds on to the Oracle.
I love that. I love that dip in, dip out, dip in, dip out. He just kept doing it. I was like, it's got to go down. It's got to go down. I mean, he's playing too much with fire here. It lives. It lives, and it will regain its energy and be useful for the eventual engagement later down the line. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane how much value that Krystianer's units have been able to get. Whether it's the Adepts, whether it's the Oracle, whether it's the drop of the Archons. Meanwhile, I mean, GogojOey, he's still trying to hold on. His drone count is still okay. He's making nothing but roaches right now. Is he going to have enough, though? Because the push is here, and we have 4 Archons.
That's a lot. We also have 4 Immortals to back that up. We got mostly Roaches and Ravagers to defend. I'm not convinced GogojOey has enough.
We'll see. I think we're going to need another warp-in of charge outs here for Krystianer. He has to make sure he doesn't get supply blocked either. Looks like he's going to give up this position for the time being. GogojOey holds on for now. I don't know if counterattacking is the wisest choice, but yo, he wants an Immortal.
He does. He dives on top of a couple of them, but isn't quite able to get any whiffs of corrosive bile. And then fight like this, every bile matters. He needs to make sure it lands on either force fields or units.
It really does. And I was saying earlier that he wanted an immortal. He didn't get one. There's one missing. It's in the Warp Prism right now. Imagine all of them managed to survive, and Archon ends up falling. But Krystianer, just the way that he's been able to control his units has been absolutely insane. He pushes out across the map, and that Roach count from earlier, it's been cut in half.
More than that, I think. Has the Zealots move on forward and just zone out every single Roach and Ravager from the units that can actually do a lot of damage. This is actually a little bit of a victory here for GogojOey by being able to snipe that Warp Prism. Maybe he can live, but to what end is going to be the question.
Yeah, with the death of that Prism, that means he can finally focus on the Immortals. One will go down, a second Immortal will go down, maybe a third, but it's not going to be enough. GG gets called. Krystianer takes the series 2-0.
Very, very nicely done here by Krystianer, taking out the last of the Zerg players in today's bracket. There were quite a number of them, but they have all fallen. And so, our grand finals for the evening is, of course, going to be, I think, a repeat of last week. I have to double check.
Close. Last week was Krystianer up against a South Korean Terran, but a different South Korean Terran.
Was it Quanta?
It was Spear.
It was Spear. There we go. I remember because they were, yeah, they played very unorthodox.
Yeah. Spear did nothing but like 1 or 2 base all-ins. I think they were all 1 base all-ins.
3 games in a row.
Yeah.
Easiest finals of Krystianer's life.
If you remember one of the games, he was going for the Widowmine armory drop, but he got scattered, so then he transitioned into a Thor drop.
I loved witnessing that. It didn't work out for him, but it was fun.
Oh my god, it was amazing, it was beautiful, and hopefully we have an enjoyable finals just like last week before us. But before we get to the grand finals,
yes,
we have something else to do.
Yes, we have a few things to do.